We're live! Hi guys! Welcome back to another Eurovoxx video. How are you, Polly? How are you, Jess?
I'm good.
Tonight we saw the third quarterfinal of Eesti Laul of Estonia's national selection. How are you guys in the live chat enjoying the show? Do you guys like the chosen songs? Let us know in the comments below. And let's say hello to Sarah O'Halloran. Hi, Sarah. Hello, Rai Baileys. Hello, Serdian Gavrilovic. And Dan Clam. Hello there. You didn't follow Eesti Laul tonight. You were busy watching the news about Amadeus. Yeah, the Sanremo has been finally announcing their artists. We will talk about that in another video. Hi, ESC Matgaga. Ooh, thank you, Serdian. Twank, it is quarterfinal 3. Video says quarterfinal 2. It is quarterfinal 3. Unfortunately, we sometimes make human mistakes, but bear with us. There's so many things going on the Eurovision world tonight. But okay. Oh, more people. Hi, Claps. Hi, Yusuf. Francesca, hello, double excitement tonight. Eesti Laul and Sanremo announcement. Yes, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Our Sanremo video will come soon, but here we are talking about Eesti Laul. Polly, how was the overall impression of the show?
I think this was definitely one of the weaker quarterfinals, but I still like my top 3 still got through tonight, which I was really pleased with, especially Stefan.
Jess, what did you think of the show?
Yeah, I think I would have to agree. Compared to the other 2 quarterfinals we've seen, it did seem a little weaker, but that's not to say that it was a bad show. It was still a good show, and there was still some good songs to be had. Yeah.
Serdian Gavrilovic is satisfied with the qualifiers. Estonia needs to stop name voting. I said what I said. Very well. 4 out of 5 qualifiers, but I'm sad good reasons didn't qualify. Okay, let's go one by one with the songs that qualified. Stefan was not a surprise for anyone because I personally think he was one of the strongest acts tonight. And to be honest, his song is not something we haven't heard before, but I think it's strong enough to make a good impression. Polly, I know you're a big fan of Stefan. What do you think?
I definitely thought like this isn't his usual song that we've seen from him before in Eesti Laul. He usually comes to us with like quite emotional power ballads, but I think this really did him a lot of favours tonight, especially in going through as well. I think he would have done regardless, but I definitely think this has won him a lot more fans, having that kind of country vibe to his song. So I definitely think he actually has a shot of winning Eesti Laul.
That's a good statement. Jess, what do you think about that?
Can't say that I 100% agree with everything that you said. I was a little bit surprised to see this qualify, just because I didn't think it was maybe the strongest song out of the 10 we saw tonight. I do think that Stefan has a good song. It's not entirely to my taste because I'm not really a fan of this kind of country and western style generally. But I mean, obviously it's good for him. He's qualified. I'm happy for him. I just personally didn't see it coming.
Who was your favorite tonight then, Jess?
My favorite was, and I have to remember the name, Marilyn. Marilyn and Anna Sally were my 2 favorites.
But what did you like about Marilyn's song? Because she did qualify.
She did. For me, I felt that it was a very kind of melodic song. It had a very nice kind of piano melody over her singing, and I love piano in general and in a song, which is probably why I loved this. And I just thought the whole song sounded it was like a beautiful pop song with great vocals on top. Yeah, and like a big kind of chorus with big notes. There was just something about it that I just loved.
Polly, did you like Marilyn, little girl?
I did, yes. I did prefer her song for Eesti Laul 2020, Million Samu. But this one I still think really showed off her vocal style, and especially her singing in English as well. And I'm really pleased overall that she qualified. I thought she did great.
Okay, let's go to the live chat because I see a lot of comments here. I could understand a little bit more tonight because there was lots of English.
Yeah.
Let's see. Stefan's song, not one of my favorites of the night. There are more comments coming in. You're disappointed, Sergian, that Shira didn't qualify. Do you prefer her song over Stefan? Okay, there's some love for Marilyn Malk, so everyone seems to be happy. Let's talk about a few returning artists. We have Anna Sahlene with Champion and Elina Nachayeva with Remedy. Polly, what do you think about these artists returning?
I was so happy when they announced Elina Nechayeva to be returning, because I think she is just such an outstanding singer, and the fact that she can go from singing such an operatic song like La Forza to this song, which has its parts, but it's overall like your normal kind of ballad. I think she's just such an incredible artist, and I was so happy. And the same goes for and Celine. Like, honestly, the fact that Sured Tudkarud wrote her song just like made that for me even more.
Jess, what did you think about those two qualifying songs?
Yeah, so obviously I was happy to see Elina back because I'm a big fan of La Forza. But I found that her song this year, I kind of found that like it didn't really go anywhere. Like, it's a beautiful song and she sounds incredible, as we all knew she would. But I felt like there wasn't any kind of like a key change or a big note or kind of a big beat coming in. It all just kind of stayed on one level and was a bit flat. But overall, it's a very lovely song I enjoy listening to. But compared to La Forza, I feel like it's kind of not as big as La Forza was. And then with Anna Sahlene, it was just the ultimate kind of pop anthemic pop tune that I just loved. And I really want this to win the whole thing now because I just love the song so much.
I knew you were going to like it. For me, Champion, it's slightly outdated because it reminds us of all of the Eurovision songs we love, all of the Europop, the Eurobeats we love. And I think they both did a fantastic job. I do agree that Elena Nachayeva's new song didn't really go anywhere, but it was delicate enough to connect with the audience. Let's go to the live chat because there is a lot of love for these two songs. Anna and Elina were your favorite of the night. Yesi Matgaga, your favorite song was Champion. Alan, you just finished watching Eesti Laul. Do you agree the songs were not very powerful, but you were happy that the best song won? The Swedish act and Stefan, they totally managed to stand out and wake me up. That is true. Actually, the Swedish song really stood out for me. It's not my genre of preference, but I could see like the whole appeal of this song. I really liked that there was like a visual concept behind it. It was like a fashion movie. And I think it was different enough to make it stand out. And even if it has not qualified, I think a lot of people will actually listen to it. What do you think about
a lot of hit potential, I think.
It really reminded me to In the Disco, like this kind of whispered song. And it was clearly aimed at the target audience. So I can see this song playing in some clubs. Okay. Nicola Latzik. Hello, girls. Hi, Nicola. Hope it's Stefan's best Estonian entry so far for you, Ananta. Who was your lucky one? Do you guys want to answer? Who was your lucky song?
I think Stefan for me.
I think for me, either Marilyn or Anna.
Yeah. Let's see. There's more. Champion reminds me of a Melfest reject.
I mean, I guess it does have that kind of kind of Swedish Schlager kind of vibe to it. So I could see where they're coming from.
And it's what we like about Eurovision. We like Schlager.
Exactly.
Hi, Justin, all the way from Australia. Francesca says, Elina surprised me with a power ballad in English, not an opera style, but with a whistle note. If she wins the final, we are going to have the highest note in Eurovision by her again, like in 2018. Good comment. Oh, Elliot Harris is in the house. Hi, Elliot. Elina was the best for you. ESC Manga says his top 3 were Marilyn, Elina, Stefan. Yusuf says, Levis, Let's Talk About was actually memorable. I very much agree with that statement.
I mean, it very much kind of took me back to this kind of 90s, early 2000s Euro pop, which I love generally. So it wasn't to my taste, this particular song, but it definitely stood out.
Definitely. And we need to talk about the last qualifying song, Alabama Watchdog, who also had a cool song. Thank you, Serdian, for pointing it. I personally liked it. I think I didn't like their entry last year, was it? Or 2 years ago? Last year. I found last year's entry kind of messy, and there had to be a little bit more work done. But this year, I saw a very good improvement. Like the song actually went somewhere this time. It was just not like noise and chaos. So I'm really happy that they qualified. I think the singer has grown in charisma and in attracting or drawing people in. So there's a lot of points in his favor this year. And they still remind me of a British like rock kind of group. So I don't know. Girls, is this kind of rock music your style?
It's not 100% mine, but I do think it is an improvement from their entry they sent last year. And I feel like kind of this noise as such had a purpose and it was actually going somewhere. There was more of a melody to this song and it was more kind of catchy. And the music video I loved as well, with all that neon as well. I thought that was brilliant. So yeah, I don't think I see this as an overall winner of Eesti Laul, but I think it has potential to do well.
Polly, what do you think about Alabama Watchdog?
I completely agree with Jess. It's not to my taste in rock music. I'm a rock music fan, but this just wasn't to my taste. And it definitely was a massive improvement on the Eesti Laul 2020 song or 2021 song. It was definitely a massive improvement. It had more melody and less kind of just noise. And I completely agree that the lead singer has definitely sort of grown more confidence with speaking in public, and I think that really does make a huge difference with gaining support as well.
He was like gazing or eyeing the camera very nicely. This is a very interesting question. Thank you, Dan Clam. Do you agree more with the Estonian juries or televote based on all the 3 quarters?
I mean,
I'd say the televote actually.
Yeah, me too.
And at the end of the day, I think televote should also have some maybe slightly more relevance, because at the end of the day, who's going to buy your music and who's going to listen to your music? It's the general public.
Exactly. And I think overall, the televote songs that won, I prefer those songs to the jury winners.
I mean, I do agree that juries are necessary sometimes, otherwise we risk a lot of troll entries, which are definitely not my taste. Not my taste.
I think the juries help to balance everything out.
Yes. Let's see, Serdian, you didn't think anyone from this quarterfinal can win in the final, though. That's a very interesting point. Right, Bailey, Alabama Watchdog was an interesting song. Alabama Watchdog all the way. Alabama Watchdog, nice song. Oh my God, so there is a lot of love for Alabama Watchdog. So clearly Alabama Watchdog has improved this year. Glad juries saved juries
Yes.
last time. Oh yes, that's
Yeah.
very true. So that is why juries are necessary sometimes, because otherwise people that produce really good music, but maybe they're less known, they also have an equal opportunity.
And I think in general, there are certain, in kind of national finals, but also Eurovision, there are certain kind of genres that are going to be typically more loved by juries or more loved by televoters. So when you can kind of mix them, it's like every genre gets their fair share of potential votes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you have any, out of the songs that have already been picked in the other quarterfinals and this final, is there any song that stands out for you? And I remember I made this question last week.
Mm-hmm.
Has your favorite song changed because of the songs that have been added to the semifinals now with this pick?
So last week, my favorite was Jai Rise, however you say the name. But I think he's probably now been overthrown by either Marilyn or Anna Sarleen as my new favorite. And now I'm just waiting to see who my new favorite will be next week.
Nice. Polly, how about you?
I think my favorite is still firmly Andre, but I think Stefan is definitely a close second from this week, but we'll see what next week brings.
For me, my favorite is still Interstellar by Stig Rasta, but I really can see Stefan on a second place, so I'm quite happy. And maybe Alabama Watchdog third and Yuri's fourth. I think those last two are really bringing something different to the whole competition, so I'm really looking forward to see what happens next week and how the whole Eesti Laul plays out. Okay, I'm gonna read the last comments here. Hope Yuri will compete in the last quarterfinal. Yeah, it would be really nice to see Yuri. And Mayan Meletu is your favorite so far, Yusuf. That's so cool. But guys, I think this is all we can say about Eesti Laul's third quarterfinal. Stay tuned for next week's Eesti Laul quarterfinal. And let us know in the comments down below, who do you think has a good chance of winning this whole Eesti Laul? Speculations, just speculations at the moment, because we don't know what other 20 songs will come in the fourth quarterfinal. And I think I can say that we're all looking forward to find out.
Yes.
Yes, definitely.
So guys, thank you for joining us tonight. And don't forget to like the video, share it, and leave us some comments and nice feedback. And then see you next time.